I'm live. Yay. Oh, I should sit back some. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope that you have made it. Welcome to Growing Gratitude. It is our new time, new day for Growing Gratitude. I am Becca Laurie Hector. I am your host for today. My hair is up and it's making me self-conscious, so I'm going to take it down, even though it looks like poo. And we're going to talk about all good things today. I have some things I want to talk about. I have some things I want to catch you guys up on, and I have Sunday hair. I love Sunday hair. Okay, anyway, excited to be doing this on a Sunday. Really thrilled. So I hope you guys have made it over here. We're doing a new day today because it wasn't working out for me to be doing Mondays. It wasn't feeling right in my life. It wasn't feeling right to us. I was looking for better ways to connect for us, and the world is not complying with us right now. And I've tried a lot of different things, but what the world has made me feel like is that it's time to kind of, what's the word? Step back. That's the word I'm going to use. It's time to just step back a little bit in my life, and think about again, where I'm at and what I want to be doing, because I had not anticipated, and there was no way to anticipate what would have come this January here in the United States. And so a lot of the things I had sort of laid out there to do don't feel right anymore. They don't feel like they fit anymore. And so I'm still messing with things. See, I'm like, it's Sunday because I'm just being me. Monday, I have my crap together. Monday, I'm ready to go to work and do all kinds of things. And that's why I think I like the vibe of Sunday better. It feels truer to me, feels truer to kind of what we talk about here and everything. So, welcome to Sunday Gratitude, I guess. So here's where we talk about what it's like to be an autistic adult alive right now, and the challenges that we face, and how it is that we kind of maneuver our way through it and get our way through everything. I have already felt the difference of doing a Sunday, because check this out, and you're all gonna get nauseous. Maybe I should just turn the computer. I don't know. Here, look. Let me show. Look, I have everybody. There's Penny. Oops, and I'm backwards, and that's Fiona. And that's Walter. So I have the three of them. Three of my four dogs have joined me for Sunday Gratitude, which is a great sign, right? That I'm more aligned, right? Because it's the energy they want to be around is my energy, right? And so it already feels more aligned to what I've got going on. So in any case, let's talk about some things today, because it's kind of like a little bit of a housekeeping day for me as we make this transition to Sunday. And so I wanted to talk about some of the things that have um, come up this week, and as I've made this shift. So first of all, I want to let you know that if you didn't watch, if you didn't watch Monday's Growing Gratitude, which is our last Monday, I talked a lot about how I need to step back from social media, that it's too loud. I don't like what's going on there, and it doesn't feel aligned with the life that I want to live. And so I've done a lot of social media for a very long time. It's been the bulk of my marketing, right? The bulk of um, the way that I connect with the world. It's been the bulk of what I put my time into. I put a lot of energy into my social media, and so it's weird. It was a weird transition. And then the other thing that I didn't talk about on Monday, but because it didn't happen, it happened on Tuesday. And so I wasn't quite ready to talk about it, is that um, I have the course out there. Sorry, I lost my thought. I have the course out there, but it's a rough one. The course is worth what I put it out there for, but our community, right, doesn't necessarily have that money available to them on a regular basis, right? It's a lot, it's a chunk of money to ask for at once, couple $100s, right? And so it was just getting kind of bigger than me. There were more people involved with the course and things like that. And I just felt like it also didn't feel like the course that I created, and it also didn't feel like um what I want to be doing with my energy right now. So I've also pulled the course down, which means I'm no longer doing our group coaching call, which we were having to do with the course on Monday. So I've lightened my load a little bit, and I have to tell you that between that shift with the course, right, and not having being actively engaged with it for right now, and kind of letting go of the social media, which still hasn't even really gone into effect, because of course I have things scheduled and that kind of stuff. So those things will still be going out, right? For like, I think it's just another week's worth or something. But Um, it's just this weird transition period, but I've already felt the difference. I already feel lighter and brighter, and I already feel like my family can feel the difference, right? And as the weather is getting nicer, which I really wanted to do gratitude outside today, you guys. I was really excited. I was like, oh, it's going to be like almost 50 degrees. But of course, it's raining. And up here in Maine, when our snow disappears, we have what we call mud season because for a couple of weeks after the as the snow is melting and everything, it gets really muddy here. So it's still really muddy in my backyard. Not great. It's kind of half rainy, half cloudy outside. And so I was like, all right, we'll do one more gratitude inside. But I hope next week we'll be doing gratitude outside again. Um, and what else? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I thought, here we are, we've got this transitional episode, right, of Growing Gratitude, where we're doing Sunday instead of Monday, and it's great. But it's also reminded me that I need to recenter myself around what it is that I do with gratitude. Like, what is it um, that the purpose of gratitude, right? So I wanted to take us back on that a little bit because I've done different iterations of gratitude. So I used to have Being Back Alive, which was essentially this, right? I would meet with everybody on Sunday and I would talk about my life and the things in my life that were going on and whatnot. So kind of like similar to what I do here with gratitude. And then I was also doing like a pre-recorded, uploaded video once a week of Growing Gratitude, which is just my gratitudes for the week, and that's it. And so between those two kind of, uh, I don't know what to call them, the live stream and the upload on YouTube on this channel, that's really what I was doing. And the purpose of those two things was to really ground me in the work that I'm doing for myself, right? And also to have another outlet for my students that I'm teaching in my course for us to continue our conversations and for them to literally see that I live what I teach and what it looks like to take the lessons from our course and kind of transplant it into a life, working, functioning life, right? All of that stuff. Okay. So we were doing all of those things and that was going really well, but then I got really tired. And what had started to get me tired was that I had this obligation every Sunday to be here, right? Every Sunday. So that's something I'm remembering as I'm doing this, right? Also, in the midst of kind of making this transition, I got this wackadoodle email in my email box, which was clearly a scam and clearly somebody trying to sell me a service that I don't really need and can't really afford, right? But the whole purpose of the email was to share with me how very little SEO I have on my YouTube channel and how very much they could help me to gather SEO on my YouTube channel. And in that moment, as again with the cat hairs, um, the as I was going through this, right, I was like, well, reading this email, I'm like, I really don't need this. And not only do I not need this, but this wasn't even the point. This wasn't the point of my YouTube channel SEO. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it so that the right people find me, right? And that I can build a community of us like-minded folks around each other, right? That is what I started doing this for. This was about continuing education for people who wanted to do lifestyle design with me, who wanted to redo their autistic lives to fit themselves, right? And I very much want to reground in that. The purpose of Growing Gratitude Live for me, and the reason I put my energy into it, is for accountability and community. Those are the two reasons that I am doing these YouTube live streams, why I'm doing anything on YouTube, period. Well, anything out in the world right now, right? Anything that I'm sharing with the world right now, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for my own accountability, right? My own honesty and authenticity, but I'm also doing it for a sense of community because anybody who's attracted to what the breadcrumbs that I'm putting out, right, are the people that I want to be around, are the people whose thinking I want to hear about, whose experiences I want to know about, whose successes I want to cheer on, right? And so this SEO email just got me on this whole like, oh, I got so irritated that someone dared to send me an SEO email. Like, that's not what I'm about, sir, is how I felt. Don't you send me this email, sir. Because I'm not about that. That's not why I'm doing this. If I cared about this, I would have so many in a different way, right? If I cared about that SEO piece, I would be doing so many things differently on my channel, right? All of our titles would be different. Everything would have SEO to it. And you would be able to tell that what I'm doing was for SEO. But that's not why I'm here, and that's not why I do gratitude. It's this grounding, this accountability, and this sense of community that I want to create, right? And so I really I just really wanted to say that out loud and kind of to the world. Like, remember, Becca, you're not, I don't have to do a hustle just because I'm doing a YouTube channel, right? I don't have to push and push and push and hustle to get more and more and more followers and shares and this and that and the other thing. If that's not what I'm looking to get out of it, right? Just because that's what most people are looking to get out of it, it doesn't mean that that's what I'm looking to get out of it. And so, and I don't have to go there. I don't have to go in that direction. So I'm not. And that's kind of what I wanted to say out loud and just kind of remind us all why we're here. We're not here for SEO. We are here for other things, right? We are here for um, each other. And that's really why I do gratitude and continue to do this. And so I'm dropping all of these other things. And this isn't one of the things I'm dropping because this feels the most natural to me. Just talking to you guys and sharing, um, where I'm at in a really honest, no makeup, dirty hair, comfortable t-shirt way, right? Like, here we are. And, hopefully I'll have my stuff together. We'll be outside. Maybe I'll grab some tea and we'll spend some time outside breathing fresh air and talking to each other. And that's where gratitude came from. That's its purpose. And so I hope that we'll be doing that. And then the other thing I want to share with you, which is like, I don't even know how excited, I can't even put words to how excited I am that this is out in the world now. But a very long time ago, somewheres about 2019 or so, 2018, 2019, working on this course, putting it together for everyone, right? Getting us ready to do self-defined living and realizing that I didn't really have a way in this course to address feasibility. So is it working for folks? Like, can they do something at the beginning and do something at the end to see a difference, right? I was looking for those kind of tools. And then, a lot of what I do in the course is about quality of life, particularly autistic quality of life, right? A lot of what I'm teaching in that course is all about picking up and gaining autistic quality of life through creating a life that feels like your own, right? Well, when you're doing that work, right? I'm doing that work. Of course, I want to make sure that I'm teaching things that are appropriate and all of that stuff. So I go looking for quality of life information about autistics, and don't you know, there is none. In fact, really the only thing we had out there for autistic quality of life and addressing autistic quality of life were the things that were created by the neuromajority for us without our involvement. For example, the World Health Organization's quality of life questionnaire that they have, right? Very, very long. And then what they did to adapt it for disability is add more questions. So it's longer for people who are disabled. And it doesn't really cover the same things that we're concerned about as disabled or autistic individuals. There are a lot of things about autistic quality of life and things that are important to us about way of life that have never been acknowledged through research, right? Or through the tools that we're given. So very annoyed, Becca, about all of this information. Went on a little bit of a rampage and went and sought funding for some research to start looking into autistic quality of life. Well, that was very many years ago. And we did the research. And finally, our paper is out. Finally, the actual data and results from my autistic quality of life research is out. The first of two manuscripts is out. It is on my website. If you go to beccalaurie.com and then you go to the research and reads little tabby, you can download a copy of the PDF of said research. I am so proud of it. It is manuscript one of two manuscripts from this first set of autistic quality of life research, the first of its kind. I'm very excited. And we are in process right now of seeking more funding to do the next phase, because my hope is at the end of it to have a measure of autistic quality of life that then I get to include in my course so that my course works better. So it's been a very long journey on this journey of autistic quality of life, not only my own and trying to establish my own quality of life, but then wanting to ensure that other autistics can do that too, whether it's themselves alone or they do it with family or a caregiver or a professional, right? Doesn't matter to me. But there has to be a way for us to properly assess autistic quality of life, which is, like everything else about being autistic, different from the neuromajority, right? And different from what other people expect us to have. And so I'm so proud of it. If you have any interest in reading it, please head over to my website, download a PDF. It's not a long one, and it should validate a lot of your experiences. It certainly validated a lot of mine. Going through the research made me feel like, all right, I'm on it. I got it, right? Because I'm not alone. And my feelings around that aren't solo feelings. There are other people who are feeling exactly that. Do we have a lot more work to do? Yes. Was it a very small sample size? Yes. Did they give us only a teeny weeny tiny amount of funding in order to do this research? Yes. But it got started, it got funded, it's been published, and now we are on to the next phase. It's all very exciting. It was a long time coming. And I am just so proud of my team. I'm so proud of us that we pushed through. I'm so proud of us that we are continuing to push through, and our little tiny team is going to see if we can keep doing this research, this much needed research. So that was my other really exciting announcement from this week. And so it felt almost like my life was like, yes, you're right. Right. And I know I talk a lot about letting things go so you can pick up something new. Right. Like if you're holding on to something old that's not quite working, you can't pick up the new thing without letting go of that stuff. And so it feels to me almost like the timing, right, was insane. And it feels like I went, you know what? Letting go of social media, letting go of the course as it is out right now, and I'm going to focus on these things. And poof, out came the research. And I have to tell you, the response has been amazing, better than I imagined. I thought I didn't think it would get this much. I wouldn't get this much feedback, this much interest, all of those things quite so soon. But I did, and I'm excited, which makes me want to keep doing it. And so we're working. Our team is working. We have a deadline to make, and then we are working on our second manuscript, and hopefully that will be out this year as well. And that's the one that one has a lot of really juicy content. That I would love to talk about that I can't talk about yet. So I'm excited for that to be coming our way. And when that comes out, we'll talk all about that. But if that is of any interest to you, please go over there, head to it. It was put out in Autism and Adulthood, which makes me incredibly proud to be a part of that journal. And that's it, really. And so so that was like my day, my week, right? It was like let go, poof, and then dropped right, because my hands were free to catch it. Hands are free to catch it. And since that day, I've had a lot of other research related opportunities come my way because I let go of what wasn't really working. Right. And it might seem crazy to the people out there, anybody who knows anything about social media or running a business or whatever. I'm sure that from the outside looking in, people will think that I'm crazy to just stop doing social media like that. But I just want to stop the content creation for a little bit. It's really loud out there. Why should I be screaming in a crowd? I don't want to do that. No one's going to hear me. That doesn't work. And it's not a good use of my energy. And so that's what I'm doing. And as soon as I kind of like really dug in about that choice, opportunities, right? Fantastic. It's amazing that it works that way because the letting go is so scary. That moment of going, you know what? I put all this time and energy into social media, right? Should I really just let it go? Yeah, let it go. Just let it go. And that's what I did. And so yeah, you guys, that's my lesson for you this week. This is our transition to Sunday. This is the stuff we're going to talk about. This is the informality of Sunday, I guess. And I think I like it better. I don't know why Monday felt so formal to me, but I guess because I was in work mode. I was ready to do work stuffs. Um, and so I like this better. This feels truer to me. Let's see if we're on the right path. We'll find out a couple of weeks from now. We'll see if you guys find me on Sundays. We'll see if you guys keep coming on Sundays. Hopefully you will. And yeah, I think that'll be great. So with that, I'm going to say, I guess it's just about time to go, but I do want to ask you this or say this to you. I don't do this kind of stuff often. I talk about my Patreon here and there, but I'm going to say this to you. If you're watching this video and you've made your way to Sundays with me and you are really in knowing that I'm dropping all of the, and I'm taking this weird direction, right? If you'd like to support that, if you'd like to support me to continue doing these things, if you'd like to support our little community so that it continues to grow, I do have a Patreon account. My very lowest tier is called the Gratitude Growers rather tier. And its purpose is solely to say, Here's $3 a month. Let's keep doing growing gratitude. I appreciate the work that you're doing. I appreciate the tools you put out. I love your newsletter, all of the things that I put out there for free. If you love them and you just want to say, hey, Becca, here's a cup of coffee, or here's $3 for this, whatever, once a month, it's a great way for you to support me to keep being able to afford to do this. Right. So that I can do this with my free time and I don't have to go get a part time job on top of my full time job, which I will do. I will promise you I will do. But if you're at all interested in supporting that, please head over to my Patreon. First year, it's $3 a month. Gratitude Growers. Its purpose is to support this, and in exchange, you get a. Not only are you able to support growing gratitude and come to it every week, but every week on Fridays on Patreon only, I do a little journal entry where I talk about, see, I do this on Sunday, I do that on Friday, and I kind of wrap up my week and where my thoughts have gone since I did gratitude on Sunday, Monday. Right. And so I do that on Friday. And that is like behind the scenes into what is going on for me in that moment. Right. At that time, I share behind the scenes photos in that journal entry, and it is for paid members only. So it goes out to my gratitude growers to continue the conversation all week long. And then on top of that, of course, you get a thank you in my gratitude roll, and you have the opportunity to send in questions or topic suggestions to me for growing gratitude. And so if you're interested at all in supporting that, I would appreciate it if you head over to my Patreon and join the Gratitude Growers tier so I know that I should keep going and keep doing these things. It really helps me to know whether or not it's of value to you guys as well. Link is in the description of the video, as is the link to my website, so you can go get the research, as is the link to sign up to my newsletter and the link to get the book. All of that stuff is down there. So please, please, please go ahead and sign up for those things. I do a lot of stuff for free and low cost because I want this stuff out there for you guys. I hope this works. I really do. I hope you guys hang on and come to Sundays, because I think Sundays are going to feel different. And I think they're going to feel like how I originally wanted these things to feel, right? So with that, I say thank you so much for joining me this Sunday for Growing Gratitude. I will be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. talking again about these things. We'll see where I'm at next week and how stuff is playing out. And until then, please, 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 this is my reminder to you guys to please, please take care of your meat suit, protect your headspace, and please keep your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands, everything open to all the little glimmers out there, because the glimmers are the things that motivate us and keep us going all the time, right? They are small these days, so keep your eyes peeled. You don't want to miss them. You really need them right now. We need them to fill us up. And so if you find any, please share them with me. I'd love to hear your glimmers that you've got going on too. And with that, I say have an amazing rest of your Sunday. I will see you next Sunday at 10 a.m. And until then, I will see you out on the interwebs. Bye.